season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
First carry here for Joe Mixon. And nice yardage right off the bat here as he's up to about the 24-yard line. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. 2nd down.
Yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 26-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. A shotgun snap for Newton. This one complete to Mohamed Sanu. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. It's a first down on a gain of 10. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the gun to give to Mixon. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
On 2nd and 12, Newton. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. And some room to work. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. Anthony McFarland, his first carry of the ball game. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Tossing this out wide to McFarland. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Roethlisberger into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ken Crawley. And now look at him go. He's at the 40, the 20, and he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD. And on that one, with 6 defensive backs, did he need to be more careful throwing the football? I mean, I guess obviously in hindsight he did, but...
Yeah, hindsight, but even in foresight, when you got 6 defensive backs on the field, you just know you're going to get multiple coverages. You're never sure what you're going to see. But the biggest one is you don't have much reaction time for your receivers to go get the football, because those guys, they're the best cover guys on the field. They go get it. And on that play, they took it the other way for 6 points.
And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number one goal? Make the playoffs. Number two, win your division. Number three, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number one seed so you get that first round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
Here we go.
2nd and 14.
Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home. Slam. Undercut. Take both of them. Kill. Back.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Mike 55. Hey, eat. Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here.
On second down, here's Roethlisberger. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
16 yards on the play. It's now 3rd down.
Push him back. Mike 55. Easy. He's not going to get me.
They'll run with McFarland. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
It's 4th down.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it.
Check 55 for Mike. Check 55 for Mike. 55. Switch.
Here we go on 4th down with Roethlisberger. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
Steelers. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Here we go again. You go tight. You got tight. Knickers. 50. 57's right.
Now Roethlisberger on first down. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line.
To Juju Smith-Schuster. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 45-yard line.
Sometimes I need a check, not to sneak this, but don't want to.
What we got?
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Bengals 7, Steelers nothing.
2nd and 5.
55. Check. Mike, 55. Check 55. Mike. Watch the slant.
To throw here, Roethlisberger. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. To throw again is Roethlisberger. And that will be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction.
A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards.
And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The The Bengals drive about to get going.
And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
54, mark, 54, mark. Check, right, 54. 20. 6 man. Check.
Now Newton. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. In their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. They run for it with Mixon, and this is going to be nowhere close. Needed some inches and ended up losing yardage. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On the give, this is McFarland. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. McFarland running out of the gun. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Ball carrier.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. And defensively, a dime look here. 6 DBs on 3rd and 12.
No surprise at all.
Mike 55. Oh, you got deep? Check, 55 to Mike.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. He's going to air one out. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Chase Claypool. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2.
7. Chris Boswell, the kickoff for Pittsburgh.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here.
Tighten up, 50. Tighten up. Lock it, son. 55, Mike, 55.
After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. That's complete right around the 8. And here he'll get it down to the 7. That catch good for only a couple.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot. Because we saw the catch there, right? He made it, but he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. Now they set up a screen for McFarland. And he'll get maybe a couple before he's taken down, as that will take us to the 2-minute warning. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On 3rd and goal, Roethlisberger. That is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Steelers have taken the lead. Boswell for the extra point. Got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
Makes the score Steelers 14, Bengals 7. Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived, as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula to get them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
And he can't quite bring it in. Might have heard footsteps there across the middle. 2nd down. Throwing again. Newton finding Green complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
And the Bengals 1st down.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. To throw again. Newton. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. 15 yards on the play. 1st down.
15.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a third time. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half. And you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest. We're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now it's Roethlisberger. And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
Well, so far on this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Intercepted by the Bengals.
So first thing that crosses my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
Now following the interception, here's Newton. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
2nd and 10, Newton again. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Newton. That's caught by his tight end, Uzomah. And he stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. So the kick from here on a field goal would have been right at 53 yards, but instead, offense out there. They're going for it. They snap it to Newton. He'll get this complete to Erickson. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Heck of a 4th and short conversion. They end up getting north of 20 yards. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Throwing again is Newton. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing again. Newton. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Alex Erickson, as the first half is winding down. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying up this football game. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14.
That ties the game at 14. Randy Bullock to kick off for Cincinnati.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. A short kick taken at the 18. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Time here for likely one play, and then these two teams will head to the locker room all even.
And you know the play caller's just feeling it right now. Let's go ahead and go for this one. A big shot down. No. Guaranteed the head coach is like, don't get crazy. Take the knee. Let's get out of here. Tie game. We'll just start all over.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Final play of the half. It's Roethlisberger. He's going to try and go deep again. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a time ball game here heading to break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, and ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Black 20. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. 55's mine. Corner. Check. Double. Check.
On the handoff, it's McFarland. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Anthony McFarland.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Brings up 2nd down. At the
Working with a 2nd and 3.
I don't think you got it, son. Check. Focus. Jim.
Again, McFarland. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
It's 3rd down and 5.
And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on 3rd.
Mike 55. Here we go. Look, that's it. 55.
Here's Roethlisberger. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
But you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those. But the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
No move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. They'll indeed go for it with Roethlisberger. And it is incomplete. Incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll try to get the run game going. This is Mixon. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line.
Mixon, the Bengal ball carrier.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
This a 2nd and 7 from the 37.
Just beating the play clock is Newton. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14.
Next the score, Steelers 21, Bengals 14. Chris Boswell, the kickoff.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Back to Mixon on 1st down. Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Newton, and the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. That is now 5 interceptions that he has thrown in this ball game. If I asked you to speculate what's possibly going on in his head, what would you say?
Well, if he's as mentally strong as I believe he is, he understands that not all of these picks have been his fault. You know, some of the throws, yes, but there have been a good number of them where he hasn't been helped by his own receivers, and they've turned into interceptions. So he knows if he keeps firing, perhaps good things can happen, not just in this game, but especially in later ones.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 43.
Hey, we got to get this stop here, D. Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, eat. Jack 16.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. So that'll back them up 5. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. Now a give right side. McFarland finding some room at midfield. And down right around the 37th. 25 yards to pick up there, and also a 1st down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that 1st half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
That'll go as a loss of 5, and it'll be a 2nd and long.
59, what's up? 59, what's up? You ain't doing nothing today.
They'll try the left side. McFarland, and he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first.
No spacing. Right there in the middle. 55. Yeah. You don't want none. Mike, 55. Check. Solid, 5 down. I'm going to run you over. Why is that?
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. There defensively to break that one up, Ken Crawley.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
So on 4th down, the Steelers call on the number of Chris Boswell for the field goal try. This from 54 yards away. And Boswell's kick is good. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
After the penalty, it's Mixon. And, boy, this defense, again, really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the Steelers' 25-yard line.
A 2nd and 10 forthcoming here. 3rd quarter action in the Steel City of Pittsburgh, PA.
Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Bengals. They've got the football, but they trail here as we get rolling in quarter number 4.
Second and 10.
20.
Newton now to throw. Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzomah. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Gain of 9.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. A shotgun snap for Newton. Open man, Erickson. That's complete. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8.
First and goal.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. From the gun, here's Newton. And now here is another interception. Picked off by the all-pro safety, Minka Fitzpatrick. And a short return to the 6-yard line. Well, to be frank, CD, this is getting tough to watch. I mean, you feel for him, but 6 interceptions, that's at a whole new level. It's not a good level.
It makes it tougher and tougher to come up with ways to try and support him. but you have to as a team because you can't just throw your quarterback aside. You're going to need him later on, but it reminds me of a time that a former defense coordinator of mine told me he was in a game where his quarterback threw 7 interceptions. So after the 6-1, one of the defensive players went to the quarterback and said, here's what you do. Throw the ball to the other team, and let's see if our receivers can pick it off and turn it into a completion.
That's just mean. I don't know that I'd go down there and say that to him right now. Probably pretty fragile. McFarland once more. He's going to have the first down past the 20. And they will finally get him down to the 27-yard line. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now whistles here before the snap, but it looks like one of the Steelers may have moved. A false start backs them up 5, 1st and 15.
Stop your body. Mike, 55. Right there in the middle. 55. Yo.
They run the counter. McFarland. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
McFarland, the ball carrier.
Von Bell up to make the tackle. Defense doing their job, really nowhere to run the football.
Yeah, it's almost textbook, wasn't it? Every place he tried to find an open spot, there just wasn't one. Congrats to the defense, no gain.
Call fitting your gaps, right?
I love it. You're exactly right.
Now they'll throw it with Roethlisberger. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. Now whistles here before the snap, and it looks like one of the Steelers may have moved. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts. This time on 3rd down.
Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. Taking on the midfield logo. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return, and the Bengals will take over in terrific field position. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Open man is Uzomah. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
On 1st and 10, Newton. Here's Sanu on the catch. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
This will be caught inside the 10. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal as they look to punch in a late score. Newton throwing again. And that's incomplete.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, that position can get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his first drop, his second drop of the game. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Newton to throw. His pass caught at the 4.
Newton's pass.
Able to get 9 out of that pitch and catch, but now 3rd and goal.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes it.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by the all-pro safety, Minka Fitzpatrick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure whatever. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Anthony McFarland, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Boswell good with the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. To return it, Darius Phillips. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this 4th quarter.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And nearly intercepted. That would have been a hat trick, his 3rd pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
Joe Hayden on the coverage.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. The last catch nearly got him. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off right around the 43. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a 4th quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
He's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Bengals 14. Chris Boswell to kick off.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
1st and 10. At their own 26-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. Just too much to handle on the other side in this one.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Newton, and that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
Intended for A.J. Green. Incomplete. Minkah Fitzpatrick on the coverage.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Out of the gun, Newton. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
14, Higgins, incomplete. Brings up 4th down.
And Cam Newton's not coming off the field. He'll keep the offense out to go for it on 4th. Desperation time. Newton, 4th down. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds.
2:30. Don't get nervous. 55. I'm coming after you.
Oh, Roethlisberger gonna throw. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit. But for them, I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not in their head coach's makeup at all. I think his opinion is, you stop us, we're not supposed to pull back ourselves.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Steelers 45, Bengals 14. Chris Boswell.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter.
Today's final score.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Steelers, the win will help them keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 6-3 on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, the difficult season continues as they drop to 1-8. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Washington. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.